another question. It's just a little bit off the topic, but I'm going to pick your brain since I have you here today. So Moharam, I've heard so much, and a lot of us have been hearing about a new capital city for Egypt. A new capital city for Egypt. I personally support that concept, but how would it work financially? What we've been told and what we heard, that it is financially impossible for us to be able to move like a lot of the countries have. I mean, Australia has created Canberra. In Switzerland, they did the same thing. I mean, it's just a natural progression of a company that's growing for us, a country that's growing, for us to be able to move out and create this new capital city and sort of ease a little bit off the tension of what's happening in Cairo. Financially, from a banker's perspective, how do you see that feasible, or how do you not see it feasible?
Can I answer the first question? No, the first question is easier than this one. You're talking about moving the capital out?
There's been a lot of talk about that.
We are seeing a lot of movement out of Cairo. I mean, my office is in Talat Harb, and I can assure you that it's much better than 3 or 4 years ago. Well, forget about the traffic, outside downtown is a nightmare, but in downtown itself is much better because a lot of business migrated out of downtown area and they went to 6th of October or Gamal al-Khamis. And the tendency now, we are seeing now there is 2 new cities or 2 new districts. Unfortunately, they are still close to Cairo, which is 6th of October and Sheikh Zayed and the Smart Village area. And in about, let's assume 3 or 4 years, we'll have the malls and we will have all the attraction that the people will move. You have the best hospital in 6th of October. So we are going to see a shift toward this area, but it's too close to Cairo. 10th of Ramadan or, Tagammu al-Khamis or all of this area, it's still shifting. If we succeed just to shift al-Mugamma al-Tahrir, just Mugamma al-Tahrir, I think it will make a big difference in Cairo. But again, the financial district, it really depends on the Prime Minister. If the Prime Minister like the east side of Cairo, then we go to Nusair to build the financial center. We have the Smart Village now, then the financial center is moving to the Smart Village. We hope that nobody comes from Alexandria, then we will not go to Alexandria. But yes, indeed, we need, of course, a new capital, for sure.
When you're talking about the transfer of capital or relocation of government offices, it's a relocation of government offices.
Relocated into a new capital city, and hence you'll take all the embassies with you, you will take all the government entities with you. I mean, just take the example of Australia and Canberra. They moved to Canberra, they put the parliament there, they put all the embassies there. I mean, it's a very natural progression for a country that's growing. And there's been a lot of talk about it, but a lot of people have said that it's financially very difficult for us to be able to do this. And that's why I just want to pick your brains as bankers and financiers on, is it possible that we can see this shift happening and sort of take a little bit off the stress that's happening in Cairo and maybe concentrate Cairo as a financial hub and have the politics and the rest in another place?
It is very possible. Look at the diplomatic corps. There are 154 diplomatic corps in this city. They're scattered around all over the city. And the government is providing security for individual embassies, ambassadors, residents. If you are in one location, you just look at the manpower wasted in the city, it will be all minimized to a very small number. And that will be much more healthier also for the diplomatic corps.
If I may add here, I mean, we all wish, of course, that we have a new capital, we have a new city, okay? However, again, it all depends on roads network, transportation, underground, above ground, you name it. I mean, as it happened to me today, it took me 2 hours to come here, okay? I'm not coming from Alexandria, I'm coming from Cairo. So again, there are good places, there are good locations, but we, as a country, we need to work on our transportation infrastructure.